everyone.
Or should we say Grand Rising?
Grand Rising. I think top of the morning, or hello, or howdy, or good day. Um, yeah, man, I'm having a bad off day, so you're gonna be the main attraction today. So I have everybody look at you and answer you the questions. Is that all right?
Yeah, so you're asking me to ask or answer questions?
No, I'm saying you're gonna be the main attraction today because I'm having a bad hair day. So I look my I'm just not looking great. So I'm just saying you're
Oh,
gonna, you know what I mean? But I think everybody's gonna like what they see anyway. So um, we're gonna do the format today is gonna be on relationships because something happened to me earlier, and it could just be about public relationships, it could be private relationships, it could be friendships, it could be situationships, it can be broships, sisterships. It's going to be about relationships. And I want to get like people's perspectives on it. I want to get your perspective on it. Um, about what do you think the value of certain relationships are? Um, are they important? You think, or are they passed through? What I mean by that is people get what they want and then they pass through to someone else or to another level. Uh, you know, it's
I
interesting because
think everything is important. Everything that you do is matters, especially when it comes to relationships, because there is always a reason that somebody's in your life.
God, it is.
And yeah,
What do you? So what do you think? What's the value of the relationship? You think per
I mean,
se?
it's like money. When you know somebody, it's not just about who you know or what you know. It's about, how you guys communicate and get things together to do what you want to do.
Right.
You can't have a relationship and try to use somebody and expect good things to happen. That's just not how that works. Now, if it's something genuine, something authentic and right,
Here, let's see who's here. Live chat. Let's see. Speak on it. Chat people. Live chat. Let's see who's here
but
on
I
a
say
stage like this.
relationships are like assets too.
I
And
agree.
when they no longer are assets, they're liabilities, just like a car and a house. You don't treat it like it should be treated, then you won't get to, bear great products from it.
Right. I agree.
Uh,
I agree. I definitely agree.
But the public relationship I have been learning is very important. We have to remember that nowadays it's going to be about who you are. A lot of things aren't going to be able to be covered, especially because of social media. You're not going to be able to hide behind incognito style. Sorry if
Right.
I talk in rhyme and riddles, but we forget that the internet is collecting all of our information when it comes to what we're posting on the internet, what we're liking, where we've been. When we're tracking through the internet world, and a lot of job places will look at your social platforms, and who knows what else they're able to look at because they're using what the apps and websites for data collection, and then some apps like the TikTok app was getting into a lot of trouble for selling information and being able to collect it on people.
Right.
But I honestly don't know if they can go further. Like, if you
Hey,
happen to get
hold
into
on.
something and they can see into your.
Hold that thought. Hey, what everybody who's joining on, I can't see who's on this chat right now. Chat. I'm sorry about that, but what's up, everyone? I'm going to get this rectified the next session tomorrow. This discussion topic is relationships and you know how we value them. And so we
Yeah.
have uh, Miss Autumn here, kind of describing what she thinks about it and doing the breakdown. And people just chime in the messages. I can't see it right now, but tomorrow I'll definitely have this rectified, and I'll continue wherever you were at.
Well, that's fine. I think we forget that what we do is very important. And the more that you are involved in your community, the more you're allowed to have a say so into what goes on out in the world. If you're not implicating yourself to become the better part of what you wish would be, then you can't complain about it later when something comes uh, and not. Sometimes things happen because we are neglectful to have, as a community, to say something about it. Like, if you don't want something built, people are allowed to go and petition. They put zones up so that way you have the information to to be able to see what's going on here and have a say so what's going to go on here.
Mhm.
It
Yeah, I agree.
really
Actually,
starts with how you put your relationship with yourself and others too. But it's yourself that matters the most, I believe, when it comes to relationships, because you can't pour from a cup that's empty, or you can't pour all of your juice out of your cup into others
yeah, no, I
without
agree.
replenishing
Morning,
yourself.
Miguel. What's up? What's up? Morning, morning, morning. Topic today is relationships and how do you value them. Um, Miguel says you're pretty, so
I get that a lot, but I'm just gonna DNA, just like you, just like him.
yeah.
I just happen
Uh,
to get a bit lucky.
Mr. 313 says that's true. What you're saying, people are definitely open-minded about what you're saying. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming on. Um, Relationships. How do we value them? What to do with them? Uh, where to place them? You know, what's the
Yeah.
bigger topic here? Um, what do you guys think? You can text on relationships. Do we value them? Are they just a necessity? Are they just deplorable? I mean, do we need them?
They're definitely needed. I do not believe we're supposed to be in this world alone. That's why, quote unquote, Adam got Eve. Well,
Mm,
I don't, if you know, you know.
right, right. Do, is it something that we need to have though? You're saying that we need to have them, right? Or is there something that?
Yeah, of course.
But
The
how about if you're
world
alone?
out here is
How
symbiotic.
about, how
We
about if
we
you're
function together.
how about if we're a loner?
We yeah, well, I don't think we are ever supposed to be in this world alone. There's If that was the case, we wouldn't be able to reproduce, okay? we
Mm,
wouldn't we wouldn't have the option to actually be able to connect on a different level that bonds us to foreverness. That sex really does bond us. It's
What
not
people
something that's just
what
a
people
pleasure
do?
seeking thing. It has its reasons to why it was designed for us.
No, but I think one of the good points here is people utilize relationships to advance their careers, their education, their knowledge, and of course their pockets.
Of
Um,
course.
Mr. 313 said he rekindled his relationship with his sweetheart for 30 years. They've changed in many ways, and then they haven't. But they're gonna take it slow. What do you think about that? Like personal relationships when
Who did he
you're
rekindle with?
a sweetheart that he's known for 30 years.
Mm.
They've been together for 30 years, and he's pretty much saying, I guess, it's up and downs. They've, grown together. They've also probably grown apart, but at the same time, it's an evolving process, which is, I think, is dope.
Let's make sure it's not codependency. We get
Mm,
comfortable. I've been comfortable, and with that, I ended up getting consequences by not putting myself first when it came to relationships and not paying attention to the relationships that mattered. Men and women come and go, and it is a very special thing to have somebody who will ride and die for you. You don't want to compromise it. And if somebody is speaking to you as if they have a problem, like, why can't you help out more with dishes or house chores? Why can't you pick up your clothes and put them in the clothes basket? I work a job too, and I take care of the kids, and it's a power struggle, and it's gonna be there until you guys get into that balance of each other, because it's a symbiotic relationship. You have to function correctly, or at least in a way that's going to be able to allow you guys to have a very clear, smooth path into a relationship, because it's not easy to maintain things. Just like your car, your house, once you use it, you got to maintain it. And that's the relationships. You got to maintain it, you got to respect it. And me as a mother, I forget myself that my children are children. And I tend to want to be hard on them because there's lessons that they're going to learn without me. And I'm hoping that maybe if I am the one to kind of teach them about how mean the world can be, because the world is beautiful and there are very wonderful and amazing people out here who use kindness in every step and every word that they speak, every action that they make. But this world is stressful. And when we get stressed, we get a little a little bipolar here. But sometimes relationships don't last because of a couple of factors. And if you're not coming together, making sure that those problems that are created through, and not insults, but through like being short with somebody, getting aggravated, or forgetting to take the garbage to the road, all it takes is reconnection and nurturing what was kind of tarnished. Like you're putting a little stain in your drop of cloth when you forget to use your coping skills with your spouse, or even any kind of relationship that you have to respect it. Like not calling your job when you're not showing up because you're sick. You can't just do that. They need your correlation of your communication to make sure you're actually serious about this job, or you're respecting the time and place of their opportunity that you're giving to you. And when you don't, people are going to lose trust in you. And then who's going to really want to mess around with using you as anything in their life? A spouse, an employee, even children don't want to be around their parents because their parents forget to treat them with the respect that their parents also think that they should get. I get into the tug of war with my kids about respect because um, parents be like, I said no, and I mean no. And they're just coming at you. Yeah, kids are tough for me, even relationships. I couldn't really give great relationship advices because I haven't been in the greatest relationships.
I think you're doing great. Keep going.
Well, well, thank you. It's easier to give advice than it is to actually take your own advice. I've come to learn. I always tell myself I want to wait for a person who actually waits for me. I don't want to be about sex. I don't want to be about the things that they can get from me and what I can get from them. I thought for a while that I would be able to find somebody out there that would take the time to get to know me, and not even in a sexual way, or even a person who I would think of as a spouse later on, just a friend. They're important to just be a, it's important to be just a friend to people. You don't need to get anything from them. You don't need the money. You don't need sex. You don't need, you know what I mean? Because those things are just you misusing something that you might have the opportunity to use it as a as a blessing. I don't really like to use the word blessing, and I haven't found a word to replace it, but you don't want to block your opportunities by being a selfish person. You're supposed to be selfless. You are here to help each other. I should say, we are here to help each other. And it's not just about helping beings like humans. It's actually, what are we supposed to be doing here? It's not to have sex. It's not to have the shiniest cars and the biggest house. And it's nice. It's nice to have the prettiest girl on your arm and the most money in your bank account. But at the end, I think you realize when you're sitting there on your deathbed that it is about the people that you kept company, the people who come back for you later on because you were there for them. I sit in if anything I could talk about is I sit in my mother's yard because I left a man who was slick abusive. And instead of just leaving quietly, I thought it was best that I spoke up and confronted him, and I should have left him quietly. But then again, I don't know if I should have, because everything happens for its reasons. My mom ended up having a stroke, and if I was not here, I don't know if she would have got the help like she needed. I have had a very on and off relationship with my parents for, oh gosh, probably since I was like 8 or 10. My parents chose drugs over me and my brother, and therefore I chose things over what was important as I was growing up. I believe we're all self-aware narcissists. I'm sorry. We all are aware of what we want and how we're going to get it. And people who are those narcissists, they've already have it in their brain that they're wired to seek out by any means. It's That's a whole different subject. But the relationship that I had with my mom, I would come and go because I I loved my mom, but I didn't like the relationship I had with my mom. And these past I want to say 4 months, I have been trying to stay in my mom's life but was unable to. And because of the stroke, it made her realize that time is short. We don't have the time to sit here and be mad at each other. And that's what I came to the realization that I wanted to run away from my mom. I didn't want to live with my mom. I didn't want to have anything to do with whatever my mom was being. But maybe like if I didn't run away from my mom, and I another details that if you know me, you would know that my dad committed suicide because of him not being able to work anymore. He was an alcoholic my whole life, and because he lost his job because of pain that was caused in his body, he could no longer drink. And if you're an alcoholic, which I didn't know, that coming down of alcohol is scary stuff. I did not know it looked like that, and it's not fun. Being addicted to things, there's a come down. You come up there to have to come back down, to replenish that up there to have to come back down, and it's a cycle. And an agony cycle. But what I'm trying to say is that relationship that I should have been trying to have with my mom, maybe I could have helped her instead of being mad at her for being what she was, or even my father. I still to this day regret not being there for my father when I thought I was giving him tough love. It's like, I don't want to be around it. I told myself I wasn't going to allow my kids to be around it, and they ended up being in it, and I got mad at everyone for it. So I neglected my father, and he needed me, and he committed suicide because he couldn't handle it. And same thing with my mom. I still was mad at my mom. And I kept asking the universe, our creator, God, whatever we call it, to please just put me where I needed to be. And kept bringing me back here. And I'm not mad at it. I was so mad at it, but I ain't mad at it no more.
Right.
So relationships are important, no matter what. Even when you feel like you have to stand your ground, because you do. You still have to. You have to keep up those boundaries. Her situation is not my situation as far as it goes to her choosing her lifestyle. But I'm here, and we have to take care of our parents just like our parents took care of us, because that's the cycle it goes in, just like life and death. You can't avoid it. We were never supposed to be far away from each other. I believe honestly, I believe we were never supposed to move. This being able to move in a car and jets and planes, this is time travel, okay? It might not be the one that we are seeing on TV and stuff, but it's still a form of travel that's very quick, and that's time. And I myself wonder, when I get into a car and I get out of a car, I am exhausted. I wonder if we were ever supposed to move like that.
Uh,
If,
it goes
yeah,
so
for
quick.
real.
Uh, but it is what it is, and it's just gonna get faster.
Exactly.
It's just
The
gonna get
speed of
faster.
light it will become, and that's
Uh,
crazy to believe. We're not going to see it right now, but our kids are going to be there. And respectively, I believe it's okay to be there. That is evolution in our own sense. But we have to be respectively thinking about it. There has to be laws, laws that are broken. You
right,
get what I'm saying?
right,
When you break into that nectar's of the unknown,
right.
I don't know if there's consequences there. I can't tell anybody this, but I do. I believe in my, not believe, but I think in my mind sometimes that the consequences that we're breaking, you know,
Right,
records here, especially with the AI and the technology coming through.
right,
I'm a simple person. I love to be able to scroll on the internet and get information that way. If it wasn't for the internet, I don't think I would have found it the way that I did. Like, the internet has helped guided me to find a redemption, the spirituality, just knowledge that was not easily obtained out here, but it is.
right,
Our knowledge is a conscious dream in our brains.
right.
Ourselves are computers.
So, so where does
We are all
technology where does technology come in for with the relationships in regards to relationships? Where
ooh.
how does that play a role?
It is
We'll
too
close it out
easy to
like that.
cheat now, and it's too easy to be in lust because of technology. Boy,
Who-
you're able to incognito yourself into a relationship and not nobody know. But there has been where people, if people didn't have vehicles to go and cheat, I mean, they would have to go walk and cheat. I mean, if you think about it, we wouldn't be able
They
to
are
cheat if we didn't
they,
have
they are walking
the
into
technology advances that we do,
they are
the
walking
way that
into.
we cheat.
I don't think
I
listen,
just,
a mobility people want to see regardless, and it's in those relationships. Uh, and in that mobility, the reasons are different amongst every each individual. But you know, relationships create may create that or may not create that. It's the dynamics per se, but definitely technology plays a role, like you said, social media, texting, calling, voice notes, um, the evolution of
Snapchat.
technology, Snapchat, um, the evolution of technology plays a key role in how relationships are portrayed and play out. So I think that's dope. It's not. I mean, I don't want nobody to cheat, but I think technology. Just to kind of piggyback on what you said earlier and how fast it's going, is definitely prevalent in how everything is portrayed.
Yeah, and uh, I am technically on dating apps, but not to date. I was trying to do something, and that was like try to connect with people, especially lonely people, because it's hard to be able to talk to people on a different level when they're in relationships because there's that dynamic there.
Well,
So I
yeah,
was trying to
it's like I
do
mean,
this.
this you trying. I
Go.
mean, if they're in a relationship, you're not connecting anything. It's they're in a relationship. I mean, just that significant others on the other end of that. You know what I mean? I don't
Yeah.
know if there's any honest connection, or like a pen pal type of connection, or I don't know. I mean, go ahead. What were you're saying though? I want to hear what exactly what you're gonna say
Oh,
in regards to that. I mean, as far as when it's using the
I was
apps
very
and
overwhelmed. I'm so overwhelmed when it comes to dating online, but it's fun. It's like, ooh, my goodness, they're so handsome. Or, well, even girls, they're so pretty. Ooh, like, I wonder what they'll be like. Oh my gosh, this is what they do. Oh, I would love to meet a person like this.
right,
But I go to meet people and I run into the problem where I come in. Okay, my little catchphrase is I'm simply platonic and celibate, okay? I don't need you thinking that our first date is going to be a hookup.
right, right. Even though I'm sure a lot of guys would probably want that.
Um, I'm sure anybody wants to have fun. It's not just me. The guy that I was with, who I recently left, I did not realize how what's the word for it? He's a serial cheater, and if it
Mm,
wasn't for me to actually care, I broke into his little watch and seen
right,
it, and I was so disappointed in him.
right,
For you to sit here and hold on to a good woman and still lust for more,
right.
people feel that. That's why I disconnected from him because my soul felt it. I matched energy with him because, and it just, I should have just let it go, being a waste of time.
Should let him getting
I,
caught.
I have to keep in community with them because of
Wait.
my family member lives with them,
Okay, wait. Hold
and
on.
it's hard.
Listen, hold on. We have to back up here.
Yep,
We hit a red light. I wanna back up.
go ahead.
Where do
Skirt.
you feel that you should let it go? And to clarify that, when you say let it go, as far as
Ooh.
him cheating and not bringing it up, or just let the whole relationship go? Clarify that real quick.
Okay, so he
Clarify
still
that.
tries
Yeah.
to sleep with me. He still tries to make like side notes at me. and
Yeah. Gas prices are
in my
definitely up.
mind,
Gas prices and
yeah, in my
grocery
mind,
prices are. I'm sorry. Gas prices, grocery prices, inflation, unemployment is definitely up. Correct. Co-sider. Appreciate you coming on. Thank you, buddy. Hit the like button. Share this. Share this. Appreciate you. Go ahead.
oh, yeah, that's a scary one.
Yeah.
Gas prices, grocery prices, anything. But if you grew your own vegetables, had your own fruit trees or fruit bushes, had your own everything, you wouldn't really need to go to the grocery store. But we live in a life that's convenient, and it is.
Mm,
But you got to think about where all those fruits and vegetables and meats and stuff come from. They have to be processed, they have to come to the store, and everybody has to get paid.
right. Okay, we're gonna stop that right there.
Okay.
We're gonna come to environment. I mean, not environmental, vegetable produce on another day. Let's get
Okay.
back to the topic at hand. Let's get back to
Sure.
the topic.
So
We'll
this
talk
guy,
about groceries.
he advances me, and I keep telling myself like I have to be around him due to my family member lives with him because she herself got misplaced and ended up having to move with me. And I kept telling her like you can either come or go, and she still chose to stay even after witnessing all that she witnessed, which is okay. It's her life. But I come over there and I still try to be a friend. I'm just a friend. If you can't have me as a friend, then you can't have me at all. You don't get to do what you did and turn around and think that you still have some form of control. It doesn't work that way. If you wanted that control, if you wanted me as somebody, then you should have been that person. So letting it go in my mind, it just makes it a little easier not to argue with him. I just listen to him, say what I have to say, and if it turns into an argue, he'll either end the conversation. He always says he's blocking me, or um, he'll tend to say just rude shit, and I'll just leave. I have nothing to prove to him, and he has nothing to give to me. But I still, it's hard letting go of people who you visualized yourself with forever, and until you let go of what is holding you back. Because if you're going to hold on to that thought process of maybe what can I do better or this and that, blah blah, this is really hard to explain. You just got to let it go and allow it to be. You can't force it. You can't make it be something that it's not ready to be. That's when chaoticness happens, and that's that power dynamic struggle that a lot of couples don't make past. They tend to not get the balance right, and with that they don't ever have a healthy relationship. There
Mhm.
are people out there that have had relationships from the time that they were able to have a relationship until they died. I would have loved myself to have a man, to have had a man from the time that I was able to be a woman and had children with them and had a beautiful life with them. And I could have had a beautiful life with my children's father, but I chose, honestly, I chose to nitpick at him with the
Mhm.
things that he was never going to change, like being present more. He wanted to be more on social media and be scrolling and see what's out in the, he, when I think of people who are stuck on scroll mode,
Right,
it's like, is something wrong here?
right,
It's okay to watch a little TV. It's okay to disconnect from the reality you're in,
right,
but you do have to take care of yourself, and you do have to take care of your home and other things. And if you don't, somebody else will. And
right,
that's either somebody takes it from you or you have to pay somebody to. So it's up to you. It's your life. Nobody's telling you how to do it, because at the end of the day, I believe you're still going to make your own choices.
right,
You can watch it, you can read about it, but until you actually implicate yourself to become it, that's what it is. And if the universe if your path keeps knocking you down, and you still believe in it, keep going, because
right,
that's just, those are trials, those are lessons to be learned. You can't take those as, oh, it's a roadblock, or it's a wall in front of me, this is what's going to keep me from stopping. No, that's telling you to keep pushing, you to keep going, even when something is stopping you. It might actually be yours. If it's meant to be yours, you're going to have to show up and take it. as
Right.
far as making it yours. I don't want to say take it because you don't need to be taking anything. There is nothing for you to have to steal. There is nothing for you to have to take by force because right there, that's force. And force has, if we're going back to the laws of I, Newton, I believe,
Right.
force is created, it's never destroyed once you create it, and it's just ongoing. So if you're going to force something and it's not meant to happen, there's the consequences. And with the consequences, people tend to get bent out of shape about the consequences that are there.
All right.
And it's
So,
really up to you how you're going to conduct your life and the
so I
relationships. Oops.
definitely think this was a very spirited conversation. Um, and I think you bring up some great points about relationships. And I think that technology, the evolution of people's traits and technology also play a role. And, you personalizing it to your own experiences is, I think, is cool, dope. And if there was one thing to say, like, wrap it up, the people and the value of relationships and their relationships, their personal relationships, and social relationships, economic relationships. What would you say, um, like a parting gift to them before we wrap it up?
That you and I matter, and
That,
everything
that
matters. Relationships are mm, a big thing that we should cherish. Relationships are so important, and we forget that that's really all we have is the relationship with ourselves and others. Because if you didn't have others, you probably wouldn't be able to have what you have.
that's
Not to say that you don't deserve it, because we all deserve it, but together a community thrives.
and that's a good segue. Our community thrives. Uh, yeah, I agree. And that is a wrap. Thank you guys for coming on. Everyone who came on, Coast Rider, Mr. 313, Miguel, everyone else. We will continue tomorrow. Myself,
All
Sammy
right.
B,
Until next time.
and Miss Autumn. Later. God
Bye
bless.
bye.
Relationships. Dope, dope.